I can hear you. How are you, dude?
Hello. Hey, mate. I'm in the middle of the
What's up,
Atlantic.
brother?
I'm just saying hello for everyone behind so you can see where we are on the boat.
What's up, guys? Where are you? What are your coordinates?
Um, someone would say just lost in the middle of the Atlantic somewhere. Um,
I can't believe you're doing this. I'm in awe and also terrified for you.
yeah, hold on. If I show you, let me show you the view out front. Well, this is the stern. So there's our the stern of our boat. Show you the boys down here. This is Stu,
What's up?
Tommy, all the crew. Sunset in
Hey
the
guys,
background. Um,
it's
how you
beautiful. I
been,
mean, it's
mate?
beautiful. The sunset.
Yeah, mate, it's nice. Yeah, I mean, days like this it's nice, but it kicks off. It's not so nice.
But
Yeah,
what? Hang on. What day is this at sea now for you guys?
we left. It's a week, so this is day 8 now of 40.
Day 8 of 40, and you're doing. Did you say you were doing 2 hour stints? So 2 hours sleep, 2 hours rowing.
Yeah, yeah. So 2 hours on, 2 hours off. So I'm on in half an hour.
How
So
are
yeah,
you? How are you feeling?
mate, I just you don't ever. Your sort of body adapts, but it's just permanently knackered, just permanently fucked. For all of better description.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
the,
if
the
I
problem,
if I do if I do 2 minutes on the rowing machine, I'm I'm gassed out.
um, but mate, we could do some of your we could do some of the old inner beast, with a bit of Mad Max Fury. We love all that crap. So, but mate, no,
That would have been.
yeah, it's all right. Look, I mean, it's hard yakka, obviously, but I mean, it's going to be. It's called the world's toughest row. What we're doing, so it's hard. There's 40 other boats that are doing it, and we're trying to sort of be. We're a four. There are other people doing threes, twos, solos. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to be as competitive as we can, really. Hey, can
Do
you hear
you
me?
have you,
The wind is strong. Can you hear me all right? No.
no, I can hear you good. You got that good headset.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. I don't know if it works. This is the first time I've seen if it works. So there we go. Perfect.
Have you seen any of the other boats? Do you see, or is it just, I mean, I know the
Yeah.
Atlantic's pretty big.
No, no, no. Apparently they are not that far. That you can throw like a 30-mile radius and they're all near us, but we don't see
Oh,
any of them.
really?
No, we can't see any of them at all. So but it's like a
And
bit. Some of them have seen some amazing wildlife. Some of them had the old whales and dolphins come up to them. We've had bugger all, but they've had everything.
really? And what's the like safety situation like? Are there like support boats at all and stuff?
No, nothing, nothing.
You just on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
own.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, mate, basically
But what?
similar to the rickshaw run, mate. Just start,
What?
finish.
Well, that's how we met on the rickshaw run, which was, I mean,
Exactly,
I feel a lot safer. You've leveled up your
exactly,
adventures.
exactly, baby. Yeah. Well, then, mate, you're now racing Ferraris. They're all sorts of crazy crap, which is awesome too.
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing some fun stuff. I'm doing some fun stuff. Wait, I've got more questions. I've got more questions. Hang on. So what was your training like for this? Were you just
Yeah. So you
like,
have
how
to.
did you prepare and how long did you have?
So we've been prepping for about a year to do it, and you have to
Yeah,
do in order to sort of for you to be approved for the race, you have to have done 100 at least 120 odd hours at sea. So you have to validate that you've sort of done night hours and you can operate a sea anchor and all this sort of stuff. So you have to sort of tick those boxes in order to qualify to do it. Um,
yeah.
and then if you're a solo, you have to do more than that. You have to do more. But as a four, that's what we have to do. Yeah.
I was just reading about Starlink, how they've got more satellites in the sky than like, they've put like six that they were putting up a satellite every 20 minutes or something last year.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that I'm speaking to you from in the middle of the Atlantic, or basically like
You
a
know,
simple boat, it's ridiculous.
for a moment there when it broke up, I was like, oh, it might be my Wi-Fi, and then I was like, well, maybe it's his.
Yeah, possibly it's this
Maybe.
one, but maybe. Maybe. Yeah. So I don't know which bit you heard, but mate, we start at a place called La Gomera in the Canary Isles, and you race to Antigua. It's about 3,000 miles, similar to the rickshaw
Yeah.
run actually,
Right.
um, and then like there are some boats that are uber professional, and some that are doing it for fundraising and whatever else. We're probably a bit in the middle of both, and yeah, we're on day 8 of 40, hopefully less. There we go.
What are you eating? Are you
And
fishing?
it ain't the best. I'm going to be honest with you. No, we're
Really?
it's freeze dry. It's not bad, but it's all freeze dried food. So obviously when you're going across the Atlantic, you just don't want any weight. So it's
Yeah.
all rehydrated stuff. So we have like a water maker at the back where Tommy is now. He's actually eating his food now. Here, I'll spin it around. You can have a look at
Oh,
his food. So, yeah, I mean, lots of chocolate gets consumed. So Tommy's at the back there now, just having his grub. Um,
oh
and,
yeah, yeah,
and you basically rehydrate. See the water tanks on the side of it. So we
yeah.
basically make our own water, just keep it in those tanks, and then boil it, and then you just rehydrate the grub. So and then give it down.
But how many calories? Because surely if you're rowing for 12
Yeah,
hours a day,
yeah,
how many
man,
calories are you losing a lot of weight?
tons. Yeah, I put I took the opportunity to put a fair amount on and grow my Father Christmas beard, as you can see. But I put on. I got up to about 104 kilos, which is about 10 kilos more than I am normally.
Yeah.
Because you've got to consume 6,000 calories a day, and I'm nowhere near that at the moment. I'm about 2.5, 3,000 max. No chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're going to shed a bit of timber. So I mean, it's an extreme form of dieting.
It's, it, it's one way of doing it.
It's one way of
freeze
doing it.
dried food, freeze dried
Exactly,
food,
yeah,
and a row
yeah,
across the Atlantic. That normally
exactly,
sheds a few
yeah.
pounds.
Majerna, Zempic, we'll just hop on the old rowing boat for 40 days across the Atlantic. Why not?
But hang on. What's your Christmas meal then? Do you have a freeze fried?
Yeah, no, we've got reindeer stew is one of the like freeze dried meals that they do. So hopefully we haven't got rid of any of Dasher or Dancer or
I was,
Rudolph. Yeah.
I was going to say
Otherwise, yeah,
Blitzen. If my
yeah.
kids' toys don't arrive this year, I'll say sorry. Ollie
You
had
know,
him in a stew, so Santa had
you
no
know,
one to pull the sleigh.
you know who to blame, Holty. You say, look, like this. Father Christmas on a different kind of sleigh this year. That's to eat all this reindeer. So, but yeah, man, I mean, actually, you touched something there. Like, obviously, we've both got kids now. We didn't have when we first met each other, but now
Yeah, congrats.
and likewise, too, mate. Likewise, I've got three of the buggers, and yeah, being away from them at Christmas, 7, 5, and 4. That's I'm not. I mean, I'm not looking forward to that on Thursday or whatever Christmas Day is. So, but yeah,
Yeah. Do they? How often do you get to speak to them, and do they understand like the how gigantic what it is that you're taking on and what you're doing?
my son who's 4 couldn't give a
Yeah.
toss. He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just where's daddy, and just like basically, am I promising to give him a present when he gets to Antigua? Um,
Right. Oh, they're going to be
my
there when you get there.
yeah. My wife and
Nice. Good.
the kids will be there. That'd be awesome. My eldest Lily Mae, she sort of knows what's going on. I think she's using it as a way of basically getting loads of friends at school by saying like,
Right.
"Oh, Daddy's doing this, Daddy's doing that." So because I'm fundraising for their school as part of this trip. Um,
Right.
so yeah, mate. So and my middle one, Nia, she just yeah. I mean, they just realised because it's not just the 40 days. You have to be in La Gomera for like 2 weeks beforehand as well. So you're gone for 54, 55 days. It's lengthy. Yeah.
That's a big chunk of time. Yeah.
Yeah. And how are you, mate? How
So
was
that's a nice thing that they're going to be there at the end though. So that's a good goal for you, a good carrot where you can be like, all right, you just make it there. And then
exactly?
do you get like a week with them there to hang out at the end or something?
Yeah, mate. They're coming from the 11th of January. So it's difficult because you don't know when you're actually going to be in, right? And then we leave the 31st. I'm hoping we get kind of 10 days. I didn't want them to come to the start because I thought if they came to the start, it'd just be too emotional. You just crying. And then also you're sailing off into the sunset and they're just looking at daddy. Just all you're looking at is 3 screaming kids. My wife's like, can't believe you fucking left me with these lot. So yeah, so we decided against sort of saying goodbye and just say hello. Much easier.
Tell me, you said you were raising funds for the school, but tell me what else. Tell me what else you're raising funds for, because I know you're doing some good causes, and
Yes,
also say for anyone watching where people can donate and all that sort of stuff as well.
thanks, boy. Yeah, so look, a good friend of mine is now past Doddy Weir. So, plus my background was rugby. Um, so we're raising money for the My Name's Doddy Foundation to raise awareness for motor neurone disease. Because he's just passed it. Lewis Moody's just been recently diagnosed with it, who was in England infrastructure with me. So just
Yeah,
trying to raise as much money as we can for them, and as much awareness as we can for that charity. Um, and then we're supporting Cure Parkinson's because one of the lads on board, Tommy, actually, who you saw eating, one of his family members suffers quite badly. And then also one called the Clock Tower Foundation, which is basically supporting wounded special forces soldiers. And they are actually the people. They're the custodians of the boat we've got. So they let us use their boat as part of the race. So the Clock Tower Foundation own the boat. And then the final one is called the Matt Hampson Foundation, which is one for sort of spinal cord injuries and stuff. So, because Matt Hampson is a guy who's in the rugby circles as well, so a big injury, and so we're raising money for them. So, we're nearly over. We're hoping we're going to punch the £1,000,000 mark. So we're nearly there.
amazing.
So it should be great if we can get there, but it would be cool. So, and what about you, mate?
Congrats,
What's
dude.
your Christmas?
That's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, amazing that you're doing this and raising money for all those causes. So, and what's like, is there a website that people can go to specifically that they can make a donation that will get divvied up between those causes?
Yeah, mate. So we've got our team is called Seize Life. Our logo there is there. There's a little
Yes.
logo.
Nice.
Seize
Very good. Seize Life.
Yeah.
Very good.
Seize Life. Thank you. Yeah,
Nice pun.
Like pun. So
what was the name of your rickshaw run team?
I can't remember. It was me and the squirrel, but I can't remember what we're called.
Because we were the Gandhi Warhols. That was our team. I remember the Gandhi Warhols, and I've still got the engine compartment like door. I've still got that at my house in London.
I tried to bring it back. I tried to get our shit back. I tried to get Betty's shit back, and the aggravation to get it back into the UK, it couldn't be. Yeah, I was so keen.
Oh, I just carried the door, just that engine like metal door with the. I carried that as my carry-on luggage on the plane, I think.
Have you and Carlos and the lads done anything since or not?
We did one other. We did the monkey run.
The motorbike one?
Yeah, across Morocco. Yeah.
Oh, is it good? Is it class or not? Not as fun.
It was really fun. You know what I would say is like, the rickshaw fun's great because you're all in the same vehicle, which is probably something like what you guys are experiencing now. Like you can all talk and be in the same space.
Yeah. And you're on a motorbike on your own.
When you're on a motorbike, you're in your helmet. I guess you could get like headsets and Bluetooth, but it's not the same as being able to like talk, like, because those things, this experience for you guys and that experience for us, it's the being close and getting to chat and like or be silent together and like just share that's what's special. So like the monkey run was awesome, and I mean the same chaos as the rickshaw run. We had like by the end of it, I think the first day one of our guys got hit by a van and his front wheel was like wibbling the whole way, but he'd never really ridden a bike before, so we'd get on it and we'd be like, yeah, it's fine, but we'd get off it and be like, that thing's. We'd be like, yeah, that's good, you're gonna make it. But then we'd get off it and turn to the other guys and we'd be like, that bike's terrible. Like the front wheel's just shaking and wobbling.
We really hope he's fucking gonna make it home. But let's see.
And then one of the other guys on like the second to last day blew the cylinder on his bike, so he was like tied by a rope to my bike and we was pulling him the rest of the way for the final day. So it was the usual sort of chaos those things.
Well, mate, I remember from the rickshaw run, you were really into your bikes and stuff. Right? You like proper bikes. I mean, not like probably the pieces of crap you're racing across Morocco.
I was, but I don't know. Since having kids, I haven't ridden as much. One of those things, and it was always one of those things. When I heard people say that, they were like, "Oh, once I had kids, I didn't ride as much." And I was always like, "Oh, I wonder if that would be me. I think I'll probably just keep riding." And then
you're like, partly, not me. No chance. My kids
I'm still going to be on a death rocket. And then
But now we're not.
Partly time, you know. It's like partly one of those things where it's like to find the time to get to the track and do that sort of stuff. But also, I think when my boys get a little bit bigger, then I'll start putting them on some little dirt bikes and stuff, and maybe I'll get out for a bit of that. But at the moment, it's kind of fallen. But that's why I've been doing more of the car racing, because I feel a little bit safer,
Yeah.
a little bit safer doing that.
And you loving being a pops, mate? You loving life as Papa
Yeah,
Hoult?
it's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible. I feel a bit bad talking to you. We're on our holidays. I've been working quite a lot this year, and we just got away for a quick break before Christmas. So I feel like
Oh, awesome. Are you there for Christmas? Or are you going back to home? Whichever.
No. We're going back here for a couple more days. So I feel quite bad. I'm just on my holidays, relaxing.
Oh, mate, I'll be honest. It's quite nice to just sort of have normal conversations. Because after this, basically, my world operates between the cabin, contemplating whether I wear this shirt for its ninth consecutive day or not, and getting back on the oars. So yeah, that's all part of that. So,
dude, I can't imagine like mentally. I read this thing once about someone who did they did like ultra marathons or something, or super Ironmans, and they said that when things got really tough mentally, they would imagine themselves inside of a cave or something, chipping away at the rock. And that's how they would like mentally like continue to keep running and stuff. They just go inside their head and imagine themselves just chipping away, like chiseling away at rock inside of a cave. And I was like, occasionally, I've never run more than probably a 10K, but
I'm with you. Let me stick to that one. That's okay.
But occasionally, if I'm running and I'm like, oh, this is a little bit difficult, I'll be like, oh, let's see if that works, and I'll imagine myself chipping away at a rock, and it kind of helps, I think, depending on how good your imagination. What are your guys' tricks and
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, so mate, the first 3 days were horrendous. I mean, horrendous. So all of our crew went down. So everyone was in a pretty dark hole on that side of things. And then that was just about battling on and just getting through. And honestly, you're talking like every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, somebody would be over the side of the boat. So that was when you were sort of really digging, if you like, chipping, not just chipping, just burying the cave, just totally emptying the cave, using that analogy. And then, and now we seem to be in a rhythm, right? And now we seem to be in this sort of weird stasis of like, right, 2 hours on, 2 hours off. What's the stuff that's got to get done? I mean, to give you an idea of what my world looks like on a daily basis, this is it. This is Stu comes in, smiles at me, and literally, and then I have to basically swap over, and he has the same thing to me. So there you go. So yeah, mate. I mean, well, as they say, well, there's always pleasure, there's pain, right? And sometimes you've got to do uncomfortable things to appreciate it comfortable, I guess.
my brain can't comprehend it at the moment. Hang on, I had another question for you, and my brain's just. What did you watch? What about? Okay, what happens if there's a big storm? I've seen like the perfect storm in those movies. Do you just go beneath the hull sort of thing?
This could be your next one, mate. Just be like, Nick, we're going to do the next movie on a boat across the Atlantic. Here's your audition. 40 days, away you go.
Dude, I read a script once that was about a guy sailing around the world who ended up in a terrible storm and survived, luckily. But I liked the script. I liked the script, but then I thought about what the filming process would be, and it would all be me like in water with like this much air in an upside turned boat and stuff. And I was like, that sounds like me just having a panic attack at work every day.
Yeah, well, don't fancy that anymore.
Because you know what they do when sometimes when you have to film the underwater stuff. I did a show called The Great, and my character dies. He falls into an ice lake in that, and so we went to the big underwater tank at Pinewood. And what they do is, so I was in all my costume and like the fur hat and jacket and boots and all that sort of stuff. And then they put weights inside of your clothes because otherwise you kind of float. So they weigh you down and put you in the tank.
You have to jump.
Yeah, you go in the tank, and then what they do is they give you goggles and what do you call that? A
Oh,
respirator?
yeah. Oxygen respirator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give you that and goggles, and you go under, and they have speakers under the water, so you can hear them. They'll be like, okay, blah blah, and then what they do is you're weighed down, so they have someone with you to kind of hold you up and support you because you can't, otherwise you'll just sink. You can't swim against it in all the clothes and weights. And then they take away your goggles, and then they take away your oxygen, and you do the shot and you float away and whatever, and then when you need air, you like tap your lips, and someone swims in and brings you an oxygen tank again. But it's weirdly scary because like if someone there's
Well, yeah, and
obviously they're
also,
professionals,
if
and
they,
it's a and
yeah,
it's and it,
but
and
if
they're
they
an
don't
amazing
swim
team.
fast enough, you're just panic attack up
Well, it's
underneath.
weird because the first few takes of doing that, just because you're nervous, your heart rate's going, and like I can hold my breath, I don't know, a minute and a half, whatever, something. But like I couldn't hold my breath for longer than like 10 seconds because I was just so anxious and nervous. My chest was like, ooh, and I'd be like tapping, they'd be like, Nick, we need you to like float away longer for the
We,
shot
we,
and whatever. And I'd be
we have to actually film you, Nick. You can't just have me
like,
tapping every 2 seconds.
yeah,
I
it's a
thought they,
it's
I thought you would get like a stunt double or whatever that does that part of it.
no,
Also, they
you end up doing it.
I think, yeah.
Which I mean, and that's like a very low effort
Hey,
shot.
you're gonna end up being the next Tom Cruise. Just do it. You'll be flying jets and
Well, no,
doing all.
Tom and all those guys, they do the thing where supposedly if you hold your breath for long enough, your body starts to like convulse, I guess. But then once you get past that, apparently if you can ride through that, then apparently you can hold your breath for another like 2 or 3 minutes easily. Because I remember reading that Tom learned to hold his breath for like 5 or 6 minutes for one of the mission movies.
Oh my God. Well, mate, I'm hoping I don't need to use any of this skill set out on the ocean. Any out on the
That's
ocean.
you don't.
Yeah. But mate, in answer to your question, that a storm, I mean, we have no control over any of that. So if it hits, it
Yeah,
hits. And if, the work, basically, if the boat is not controllable or the storm is so bad, then we've got like what's called a sea anchor, which is basically like a
right.
massive parachute that you throw off the boat, filled up like a huge paper bag, plastic bag, and
Yeah,
it stops you or steadies you a bit. Stops you. I mean, you'll wobble around all over the place, but it stops you just being thrown around like a rag doll.
right.
Because
Okay.
the volume of water that sits in this parachute. But I mean, that would be very unpleasant. If you've got to throw that out, you are not going to have a. You're going to be sick as hell, but at least you'll be safe in theory.
I'm glad you explained what the sea anchor was because when you mentioned sea anchor earlier, I imagined like a classic little metal
5,000
anchor,
meters.
and I was like, the piece of rope they must have on that boat must be really long.
Yeah.
It's like a really long piece of rope.
Don't have any room for anything else because it's 5,000 meters of cord. That's it.
What an idiot I am. I was like, oh wow, surprising it can reach the bottom.
I was the same when we first started. Like I was the same. I was like, what? Like, how we do that? Anyway. But
That's
mate,
too good,
I'm so grateful for the time, pal, and I'm conscious it's on your holiday. Just while you're away, you want
dude.
to go spend some time
Dude,
with
no,
your
I'm happy.
family,
I'm happy
kids,
to
and
catch up
members.
and chat with you. I'm so in awe of what you guys are doing and so impressed. And I'm gonna get on the Seas Life website now and donate and just wishing you like the best of luck for the rest of the trip. I hope it goes smoothly and you're all healthy and good and um hang in there. I'm sure there's going to be
Thanks,
some
pal.
dark moments, but just chip away at that cave.
Mate, I will. I'm gonna send you a text in about 2 weeks. I've been envisioning this cave, but it's fucking killing me. I want out of this cave. Let me out of this cave.
Yeah.
But man, I'm back in the UK in Feb. And if you are, I mean, I know you're all over the place in your schedule, but it would be so great to say hello and catch up when we get back. And I'll have removed my beard as well by then. So there you go.
I would love that. No. The beard's good. It's on theme for the time of year.
Yeah, exactly. Stay on brand. Always on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Dude,
Awesome.
lots of love
Top
to you,
man.
man. Enjoy. I hope the
Cheers, mate.
next 2 hour stint goes well, and also enjoy the time with the family when you get there.
Thanks, mate. You too. Have a fabulous Christmas as well with your two little ones. And
Thanks,
see
dude.
you in the new year.
All right. Lots of love to you guys.
Bye, mate.